Well, I want to give you my review and take on this channel, Friends of David Goldberg. He's talking about a USA genocide from 2021 to 2025. And do not dismiss this website as some kind of conspiracy website that is monetized for drama and all this. He doesn't have a lot of views, I don't think. He's got 5,000 subscribers. Now, supposedly I got 67,000 subscribers, but I figure maybe 10 of them might get this feed what I'm going to put out here. And I hope I didn't really want to put this video out, to tell you the truth. And as I'm not doing this because I want attention. I was going to put this type of video out strictly on BitChute, but I gave myself a promise. I'm going to go old school YouTube instead of freaking playing the new games. And it's not violating the rules, but I think this guy is legit. And I have put out several videos in the past, reviewing this Deagle.com. It's spelled Deagle.com is an aviation military hardware website that goes into forecast on, what the GDP for a country is going to be in the future, what the purchasing power parity is going to be, the population growth, the military expenditures, and they have these really dismal predictions for basically all the Western industrialized nations for 2025, but especially the United States and Great Britain. The predictions were even worse back in 2016 and 2015. I know somebody said I had the numbers wrong, but you can look back at my videos and take screenshots. They are not. I wasn't wrong. They had a number of, I think it was 67, 68 million, where the population was going to be by 2025. And then it was down to 64 million, and it was on 53 million. Then in 2018, I think a rosy prediction of 99.5 million population in the United States by 2025. Now, this really dovetails into what Friends of David Goldberg is saying. Now, the Deagle.com doesn't go into what David Goldberg's Friends of David Goldberg is saying. And you really have to watch his channel to get the whole gist. He's got some very long videos on here, an hour and a half or 3 videos. Each one's an hour and a half. And he says, get the heck out of the United States. Well, this is also, Deagle.com isn't saying why this is going to happen. He's talking about, Deagle.com is talking about the debt situation. The debt situation in the United States is, over 23 trillion. I read many years ago that 24 trillion was the point of no return. And that doesn't mean it's the point of collapse, but they could be pulling the plug on this. And I do know that this is another thing. This site, Friends of David Goldberg. David Goldberg was killed. Okay, so this is it's taken over by Friends of David Goldberg. Well, myself. I swear to God, this is where I almost think, I know I said this before, like I know I got Confederate heritage and American Revolutionary heritage from my father, but from my mother's side, I knew about my great-grandfather being the illegitimate son of Duke Albert Edward. I knew that. Everybody knows that from way back. But I never knew that his real father supposedly was Lionel Nathan Rothschild, but I swear to God, I got some of this demon sense. And I swear to God, I think this is right on the money. But I'm going to tell you what I think, besides what Friends of David Goldberg saying. Friends of David Goldberg saying it's a planned collapse coming in 2021 sometime. I'm going to buy into that because I don't trust this guy Trump. I'm telling you, man. I don't think he's like a really, really bad guy all the way, but he's playing along with not us. He's playing along with the big guys. And when I say he's not really a really bad guy, I'm saying like there's a lot of people you would think are really bad guys that I said are not a really bad guy, okay? So get my drift on that. But swear to I saw through him like a laser from day one. He's apprentice, the freaking what do you call that thing? WWF wrestling, the beauty pageant. He's a showboat guy. He is a BS artist. His critics are, I voted for him. You think I'm going to vote for that crazy witch Hillary Clinton? No. Okay? But I know he's a BS artist. And if you look real careful at what he's doing, and this is what David, this channel's saying too. This guy's not. Don't go freaking thinking right away this and that, because you look at what Trump's actually doing. He pushed for the red flag thing, which not just applies to guns, boy, that can apply to anything, anything. He also, he's what is it? The border wall ain't really doing too well, right? Another thing. NAFTA 2, which is basically NAFTA 2. What do you call that thing? The U.S. Mexican Canada Agreement, USMCA. That's worse than NAFTA. It's EU all over. I know what it is. It was written by Council on Foreign Relations people. And Trump saying, I negotiated a better deal. And yeah, whatever, man. He's freaking BS. I'm kind of aggravated that people aren't quite seeing this. Now, we'd probably be better off with Trump if you looked at him as hard as you would look at Hillary Clinton. But see, that's the game. He is doing some stuff better than definitely what Hillary Clinton would have done, but everybody's kicking back and relaxing. So the overall game plan is still going, still going. Total financial control to everybody. You own them like slaves. That's the game. And he says the end game right here is everybody, when after the financial collapse happens, well, before really, there's going to be a series of events. There's going to be a nationwide power outage. There's going to be power outages in metropolitan areas, probably blamed on, I don't know, terrorist attacks. And then people are going to be out of food, and, they'll have to accept the microchip to get the food. And, of course, one thing I picked up that he said in the video is that the military is going to be fine with that because, well, at least we're feeding the people even though they're getting a microchip. That's just the rule. That's why I can't stand the military. Fucking idiots. But he's also, I didn't watch his video yet. Your USA escape plan. That's basically what Deagle.com was saying. There's going to be like a massive exodus out of the United States. I ain't going nowhere, sorry. Now, he also said, I know about the deep underground military bases. I know about this all, and you know what? There's a lot of weird shit going on down there. Phil Snyder, I put a video out about Phil Snyder, the alien with the aliens and stuff. It's probably all true. We probably aren't the only advanced species on this earth. I'm telling you, man. It goes along with what Bill Cooper said, what he saw when he was on a submarine out in the Pacific. He saw this thing come out of the water, and multiple times there was different ones. It was like they were all, he wasn't sure if the same one, going in and out of the water. It was all different ones. He saw this for hours. So the UFOs are not actually necessarily coming from outside. They're coming from inside the Earth. And there's probably a lot of weird shit going on down here. I've read, about, about the 411 reports, the missing persons reports and stuff. Sometimes they find them. Sometimes they find them dead. Sometimes they're dead, but no apparent reason why they were dead or whatever. Sometimes they're alive and they can't remember nothing. And sometimes people just go missing. And, there's probably literally many tens of thousands of people already underground. And David Goldberg's, friends of David Goldberg's site is saying that they're going to put between, he gave various numbers. I'll give you the numbers. He said between 9 and 12 million and 12 and 15 million patriots down underground. And they're going to, take your limb off, all your limbs, one at a time, and without anesthesia, and extract adrenochrome from you. And I'm telling you, psychologically, there are people like that would do that. Personally, I think adrenochrome is outdated. There's probably stuff out there that's way better. But they get off on there's people out there that get off on hurting people. They are. There are definitely people like that. No doubt about it. HRC, Amazing how Susan Wojcicki supports this lady. I'm like, Susan, you're something wrong. She's the devil. But, yeah, I don't want to put this video out on YouTube, to tell you the truth, because I got a lot of stuff up on the channel that could be helping people, and maybe it'll all go away. But whatever. Who gives a crap? Then I'll just make Well, I'll tell you this. If it's stuff like this, you're never going to see on cable TV. I'm going to tell you, when I go to the gym for an hour every day, I'd stop going 3 hours because the cable TV over there sucks so bad. Like last night I was there, I was hitting the remote button every 3 seconds or every 2 seconds. The whole hour I was on an elliptical machine. Everything was crap. All freaking 100-something channels, everything was crap. So, if YouTube wants to gravitate towards that, so be it. I don't know who the hell watches that crap, that, red tube, whatever. Oh, God, what, YouTube TV? You think I'm going to watch Jimmy Kimmel or Fallon or something? Forget it. So, you got this kind of stuff. This is the old YouTube I'm putting out here, the way it used to be several years ago, before Susan. And we're just going to roll with this. Now, I'm going to tell you, one of the problems that I could see with the whole forecast is the human element. It's a very difficult operation to control. You don't know who the hell's going to betray you. You see, with a large operation like this, you can't tell everybody what's going on. You tell them a piece of what's going on. There's people that are going to start figuring out the other pieces, and there's people probably not going to go along with it. Now, the other thing he says, to get the 9, 12, or 15, whatever, I mean, I think this is true. They're going to have a mini drone sent to your house, a high-tech mini drone. It's going to, go right through your freaking window, and it's going to hit you with a thing that will make you just, a gas or something like that, or with frequencies, or, I'm not sure what it was, a chemical plus frequencies. That's going to make you just walk the hell outside. You and your family, you're going to go to a van, and you're going to go underground. And then, kill you or torture you or whatever. And they got ways they say they can keep you alive 500 years or 1,000 years, which I know that's true there, too, because tech billionaires have bragged about this for some years, a few years. There's new tech out there that I'm even somewhat aware of that can greatly extend life. Even if you put that glutathione gene production working again in your DNA, you're going to double, triple your lifespan right there. There's a lot of stuff. Even this thing I'm talking about with the HHO and the electrically expanded water, I'm going to get on a video with that later because I'm really more into health than this. But I want to put a review out on his friends at David Goldberg's channel. It's not bullcrap. But there's a problem with implementing this plan. This plan is an intention of what's going to happen. I don't think he's bullcrapping around about this at all. But you got to remember, if you're going to put 9, 12, 15 million people underground that are patriots, and then keep the rest that are lemmings and have them obey with the chip, well, I'm figuring, well, wait a minute. So you got a van, right? So you put 9 people in a van. That's 1 million trips to the tunnels, whatever the hell you're going, right? I think people would know that. And he says, like, the way they're going to try to make it so you don't disappear, you don't notice them disappearing, it was AI. In other words, you'll make a phone call, you'll say, hey, I want a vacation. Oh, I went over here. It's going to look, you'll be posted online, you'll be looking like you're still alive. But then again, you got, most people are involved in the community. You're involved in, I mean, you might say, I went to Tahiti or something, right? Tell everybody you went to Tahiti unexpectedly or something. I don't know. But even so, that plausible deniability part, they admit that with the AI, to make it look like you're still alive, so this way, not permanently, but long enough where people don't suspect that other people are being missed or missing. He does admit that that's a problem, implementing that, because I could see there's a much bigger problem than, because you're looking at the technological side. First off, if you got a lot of personal contacts and you're in business and stuff, especially a lot of these patriots are definitely involved in groups and stuff, whatever the hell they are. Your whole life isn't posted online. You're involved in whatever, different organizations, different groups. People know you. People meet you every day. And plus, You know, your mail's going to get freaking packed up to the hilt. Your electric bill, your freaking phone bill, the maintenance on your yard or your pets, whatever the hell it is. You know what I mean? And then you got, I mean, it's people going to notice, man. But you know, it still can, you know, partially work. But then you got a lot of other complicated factors, because I could say this, that, you know, you can have inside information on something and it could be exactly what these elitists are planning, but there are different groups of elitists in the world. And um you don't know, man. You don't know. I mean, if you get, you know, you can say the elitists in New York have one thing, right? The elitists in Nashville, whatever. You know, you got the elitists in China, Russia. I mean, they all aren't exactly working together. They work together when they got a common interest of money and power to screw somebody else over. Yeah, then everybody gets together, you know? You know, you can have, you know, if there's a money deal, you know, talking about elitists anyway, not regular people. You know, you can have a Muslim, Jew, a Hindu, Catholic, and a, I don't know, Buddhist all get together, and if they're all going to make money, hey, we're partners. Good. As soon as you don't make money or some plan unravels, we're no longer partners. Or some one partner tries to screw the other partner. That's the problem with anything, you know? I mean, say for instance, you know, I think this is not what he's putting out on his channel is not bullcrap. And I think this collapse is coming because, you know, Deagle has predicted it. They're not just because Deagle's predicted it, but I'm going to tell you, I've been looking at this situation. It's amazing things have been going this long. You know, it's going to have to fall apart. And, you know, they're looking for a controlled collapse. Now, one thing friends of David Goldberg channel did say is what the elite are afraid of is a Mad Max situation. They don't want that. They don't want total chaos. Well, you know what? That kind of tells you their Achilles heel. Well, let me say this. You gotta. This is where religion aggravates the crap out of me, man. It's like, you know, I already, you know, maybe Jesus is the big, you know, big deal. I mean, I don't buy into the Jesus because I read and listened to rabbis and what they said, partly on YouTube, but also other things, that, you know, he could not have been the Messiah that was predicted in the, you know, the Jewish writings, right? But he could be something that's really, you know, special beyond that, maybe. I don't know. But the problem I see with like stuff like Christianity is like it's a religion that you don't question authority, you turn the other cheek, you know, you roll over to whatever the state wishes, you know, because you get your reward in heaven or something. I'm like, get out of here with that crap, you know? And, you know, another thing I like to point out to Christians is this. Who actually crucified Jesus? I know somebody will say, you know, the Pontius Pilate did, or somebody will say the Jews did, right? You know what I say who crucified Jesus? Law enforcement. You know, you think about it. They got an order. They didn't even give a crap. This guy's innocent. What the hell did he do? He go out there, preached, did a few miracles, fed a bunch of people, said some nice things, pissed off some religious guys. But, you know, because he's a heretic or what, I mean, maybe, what, you know, whatever. But you think about it. The guys that were tasked with, here, Pontius Pilate gives the order, right? They don't give a crap. Here, you carry the cross. You carry your own cross. Here's a crown of thorns. Ha ha. We're going to nail you to the cross. They don't give a shit. That's law enforcement. This is why you Christians, the first thing you learn with your religion is, don't, you know, watch, you know, you need leadership, you need organization, and you need good leadership. But don't just freaking blindly obey something. I mean, forget it. And that it could actually be, you know, a monkey wrench in elitist works. Does that make me a patriot? No. Just makes me a common sense guy, you know? Why the hell would I freaking obey some bull crap that they're throwing down at me, you know? But the deal is, I think this guy is absolutely correct. But the thing is, you can have inside. Let me give you an example. I'm not saying don't ignore what this guy's saying though. Friends of David Goldberg, do not ignore what he's saying. There's people out there that are planning to do this. He is not bullcrapping around. But let me point out this. I remember when I had somebody that had all this inside information and military intelligence during the time when Kim Il-sung, the old guy in North Korea, he was getting ready to croak. They said when he dies, North Korea is going to freaking invade South Korea because that was his deathbed wish or something. It's definitely going to happen. So they were flying up M1 Abrams tanks and C5 Galaxies, one at a time, because you can only put, even though the bay on a C5 Galaxy cargo plane is super big, it's a really, big plane, carries lots of stuff. That tank weighs so much, you can only put one of them in there. But, they were flying them up there one at a time, because they said, this is definitely going to happen. Well, it didn't happen. But I tell you the truth, I think what David Goldberg is saying here, friends of David Goldberg, let me put it this way, that channel, this is definitely gonna at least partly happen. At least. The economic collapse, the hot air balloon MAGA blowing up, it's done. It's done. That whole thing is gonna be done. And you figure, if a lot of people are on the grain dole, a lot of people are here, immigrants and non-immigrants, or people who were immigrants and they bring in their family, whatever the hell it is. The government can't pay them money anymore. And look at what's going to happen if you have a blackout in New York City. Whoa, man, forget it. This is going to be another video I'm going to put out about this type of stuff, because I want to do a couple reviews on these things. Now, I'm not a conspiracy channel. And I also want to mention, one thing I saw that he said in this, that all the YouTube channels that are pushing the drama crap, especially anybody that's monetized and it's got a lot of views, and they're still making money, and the only kind of videos they're putting out is some of these drama. I don't even watch these people, man. I looked at Alex Jones on BitChute, but you know what? 99% of the time I don't look at any of his crap, because he's another one. But there's loads of them out there. I got accused of it. I'm saying no, I'm not. I'm just threw it. Somebody wanted my opinion, so I put the video out. Then YouTube gets mad at me because I put the video out, and I'm like, why the hell am I putting this video out? I don't even want to put this video out. I mean, this one, I don't even want to put this video out. I mean, this guy's, he's telling you what they intend to do. But I can see some problems with this. I mean, I know about the AI, and he used it with the planes in, 2000 when they, what I mean? They made the cell phone calls 30,000 feet up. They couldn't do that back then. I knew that. I mean, I talk stupid. I talk plain, but I am not stupid. Believe me, man. I'm going to tell you, it's why I'm kind of believing that my third great grandfather probably was Lionel Nathan Rothschild. Why the hell did I start wearing this Star of David years ago? Many years ago, I started wearing this. I'm supposed to be Roman Catholic. I never go to church. Never. I always work for aggressive Jewish guys. I think like them. As a matter of fact, I work for the most aggressive ones, I think, up in New York, before I came down this way, before I was in the Marine Corps. But actually, I joined the Marine Corps partly to defend Israel. I mean, you're going to get mad at me for that. You're going to think I'm a shill. I'm like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. And, I could tell you there's a lot of different, there's a kaleidoscope of different types of opinions that amongst the Jewish people. So, if you got some elitists thinking some kind of crap, I might put a video out about that on BitChute only, because some idiot on YouTube that judges these videos is going to say, and I'm not criticizing the freaking Jewish community, you jerk. You don't get it, But, this is something I just want to put out, that this is a legit forecast. This USA genocide, in other words, it's not, Well, they want to get rid of the Patriots. That's a guarantee. I mean, yeah, I know. Maybe if you got some bird shot in your shotgun and it doesn't have a choke on it, you can probably pop the drone. But they're supposed to be coming to your house at 5 o'clock in the morning, and you know, whatever. I mean, yeah, probably. I think this is a legit thing he's telling. I could see problems where, you know, 9 to 12 to 15 million Patriots. Well, they want to get rid of that many. They want to keep docile citizens. And he just point out. I'll tell you this. You know why? You know why during Desert Storm they had so many of the Iraqis surrender in droves? They were using frequencies on them to make them surrender. Mind control stuff. They were using that. The Russians were using frequencies against the U.S. Embassy, I think it was in the 70s, the one in Moscow, to make people tired. So they were like not, working efficiently and they wouldn't feel like doing anything. They were doing, this frequencies can do a lot of stuff. You can look at my channel. I mean, I have a lot about frequencies for health and all this kind of stuff. You can boost your energy, and infrared can help boost your energy too. I mean, there's infrared therapy, but there's a lot of ways you can use the technology to screw people up too. It's not BS. So I mean, they're probably using. Oh yeah, Trump's all for 5G. Boy, that is hands down freaking. That's a red flag on Trump to the max right there. 5G plus his red flag laws, which that doesn't necessarily apply to guns. Boy, that could be like it's like this. It goes along with the Chinese social credit system. That's what that is. What the hell does the government have to? When the government's going to judge what you say and what you do, that you might get red flagged. And it'll have like different shades of red. That'll be the social. That'll be the Chinese social credit system. Trump's all for that crap. Trump would be great if people kept their guard up and like still fighting. In other words, if Trump's in office, he's in office, but people were still up in arms like Hillary Clinton would be in office, we'd be okay. Now, I personally think if Hillary Clinton got in office, one of the problems they would have definitely had was this, which is also what friends of David Goldberg channel has alluded to. They don't want a total breakdown. They don't want a Mad Max type of situation where they have no control. Well, if Hillary Clinton got in office, there'd be so much civil disobedience, the whole system would have broke down. Obviously, Susan Wojcicki is not in on that freaking little fact. She's too busy freaking trying to get their advertisers, which you need to get them to me, Susan. Put some Coca-Cola ads on here, some crap, so I can make some money. And you don't have to put it on this video, okay? Put it on some other video with a cat. That's why I got the cat videos in here, so you can freaking monetize them. This one, I'm trying to keep it within the community standards and la-di-da-di-da. But we're going a little bit old YouTube here, okay? This isn't the Jimmy Kimmel Show or some boring crap like that, or Fallon, or Jay Leno, or whatever the hell those jerks are, because I'm freaking sick of those. I don't watch them. You listen to me. I got more stuff. I got better stuff than they got. And, this is serious, though. This is not some garbage. Now, me, I'm going to be in the United States. So what am I going to do about this? I don't know. I'll probably be underground, get my limbs ripped off or some shit. I don't really know, man. I mean, they don't like me. I mean, the fact that I'm demonetizing YouTube, I'm probably too much of a patriot or something. I'm flying a Confederate flag. Boy, they don't like that. The first guys they go after is me. But, yeah, I don't know. And, what are you going to do about it, man? Nothing. Life sucks, then you die, right? So, maybe I'll be dying 500 years later, according to what David Goldberg's saying here. But the thing is, it ain't gonna be fun. But we'll see how this works out, and there's gonna be total havoc coming down the pipe. I said this, and I know I put a video out on YouTube. MAGA is a disinformation or a psych op. That's what I said. They didn't like that. Because it is. It is. That's what I'm smelling. See, Trump, when he put Make America Great Again, Ronnie Reagan said Make America Great. Ronnie Reagan was almost like the same thing. He made all these fantastic speeches. Pretty much everything he did didn't match his speeches. No. And what happened? We got Jimmy Carter. You see, when Trump gets washed out, and you remember Nixon? Nixon? You know, all these guys, I don't really like Nixon either, but you know, you remember what, he had the big landslide in 72? What happened after that? Impeachment, right? The Watergate break-in, whatever, whatever. Which looks like Trump changed compared to what's going on today. Yeah, so I mean, that could be what's going on with Trump. You think, oh, he's going to have a landslide, and all of a sudden the economy goes down. Then you say, well, Trump's been in office 5 years. Look what he did. He wrecked the economy. Yeah, and he's gone, you know? And what is else going to say? Something else. Freaking forgot. But, it's like this guy, you really, I know I don't, because I don't know. This is gonna get me in trouble because I hope they don't watch my YouTube videos. It reminds me of the kind of people I work for. Okay, and I was part and parcel of pushing them ahead. And it probably wasn't for me, they wouldn't have made so much more money because I'm freaking devilish and devious, and I understand how things work. So I'm thinking, but the other side of it is this whole plan. Like I said, everybody doesn't know the whole freaking everything that's going on. Even the people that are members of the evil plan to freaking commit all these problems against the United States. There's so much, and you always got the problem where one guy's going to get more greedy and all this kind of garbage. There's going to be a power struggle between each other. It could be. Now, I also made a comment on a couple of his channels that, overall, this technocracy is probably not going to work because, on my channel, I also put out about 2046. It's not bullshit about the Nova, and it's not a mini Nova. I know some other channels say it's a mini Nova. It's a Nova. The sun's going to Nova, and it's going to scorch the shit out of one side of the Earth it hits, and it's going to bring on the major ice age after that because the scorching of the Earth causes all the water to evaporate. Then no heat gets into the Earth, and then it cools down a lot, and all that water that's been evaporated, it's going to come down in like many dozens of feet of snow. That's how we had a mile of ice on New York City many eons ago. That's what caused it, the solar nova. And it happens on 12,068 years. And now, I don't even know if these guys even know this, because some CIA knows this, but who the hell knows? Does everybody know this? Then again, I don't know. Maybe these underground things are supposed to be, these underground bases are actually for survival of this. But then even before this happens, there's going to be so many problems with solar flares. We can easily have a solar flare in excess of the Carrington event of 1859. If we had that today, all this 5-tech, all these drones, the GPS satellite, all that crap's going down. All your computer chips are going to be fried everywhere. It's going to be like, nature's going to do it. It's not some, I don't know when it's going to happen. I mean, you wouldn't hold your breath waiting for this to happen, but, they're going to have all this freaking, you got to keep everybody like a brainwashed zombie with frequencies, and they got the chips in them whenever he's going along like a bunch of worker bees. And all of a sudden, you got this solar blast that comes out, and everything gets fried, and everybody, then it breaks the spell, right? I mean, there's a lot of stuff that can come out from left field. Like I said, they don't have everything all figured out. Nobody does, Oh yeah, ask the little guy with the mustache how he had everything figured out, right? Yeah, it all figured out. I'm going to put a video out on BitChute about that guy. Because, for a guy, and him and his cronies, they're all short people, or mainly short people. They all have dark brown hair or black hair. They got brown eyes, and they're freaking advocating for blonde hair, blue eyes, and tall. Then they have all the tall, blonde-haired, blue-eyed people from Germany and Finland and Russia all fight each other and kill each other off in England and stuff. Uh-huh. You got to figure this guy was a plant from someplace. So, anyway, I got a lot I could say about that. Angles that you wouldn't think of and that you never heard of in a million years, but I don't want to make this, I've already made this video too long. I think this guy, you know, he's 100%, he's reporting exactly what his plan. And this is not going to be some walk in the park. They got these little drones that can either kill people or stun them or drug them and put a frequency and put a suggestive thoughts in their head to make them docile and obedient. Like they had this technology to, you know, way back when, even during the Gulf War. I mean, what do you call it? Before the Gulf War, Desert Storm. They had it then. Yeah, I'm quite aware of some stuff, and you know they're going to do the power outages, and the way people don't have any kind of preps, man. Stupid retirement communities down here in Florida. These people, they're in a world of their own, man. They just go to the restaurant, entertainment center, golf carts. They don't have any generators, no backup food, nothing, you know? I mean, I got that stuff, but is that going to do me any good if a drone comes by? No. You know, whatever. What are you going to do? Well, I'm probably too old to freaking screw it anyway. They probably don't want my, probably don't want my mid-60s adrenochrome. It probably be stale by then. Who the hell knows? Maybe it's one good thing about being an old fart. I don't know if that's true or not, but we'll find out. But, these numbers are probably pretty accurate, and like he's in Deagle, something separate from Friends of David Goldberg, a serious site, not a conspiracy site. Now I'm telling you, all these other people with all their other crap, these people that are monetized, and all these viewers and stuff, and you notice on my videos, you'd be lucky I get 200 views now. I don't even know where the hell my I mean, I know part of the problem is this. On my channel, I got so many different topics, you don't even know what the hell I'm going to put out next. And that's the way I like doing this YouTube, because I like just doing what the hell I want. But you just got to pay me money, Susan, or you got to get the hell out of here and get some other CEO, and then they pay me money with Coca-Cola ads, what the hell else they got. But, you know, it's like, so some people subscribe for this, something like this maybe, and some people subscribe for a cat. Some people subscribe for some health stuff, maybe a car thing or whatever. You know, how to do this, how to do that, whatever. Or maybe something else. There's a lot of off-the-wall stuff I put on YouTube. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I did that. I did this. I was like, holy smoke. I got like 7,000 videos out there. You know, sometimes there's things I repeat, but you look back when I was so fearful of what I could put out, you know, way back when. You know, now it's like you gotta watch what you put out. I'm like, Jesus, man, it's getting ridiculous. Right now, I'm saying screw it. I'm gonna go pretty much old school YouTube anyway. I was thinking about just putting this only on BitChute, but I was thinking, yeah, I'll put it on YouTube. Deal with it. Hope they don't get pissed off and freaking delete my channel. But what are you gonna do about it, right? I mean, it doesn't violate their community standards. I mean, I could say, yeah, it doesn't like Coca-Cola might not like this. I mean, but I'm not monetized anyway. But, yeah, I've always read, yeah, Trump does have somewhat of a patriotic streak, but, you know, his main thing is money and him. A guy that writes his name on all the freaking buildings, the guy's got an ego like freaking Bullwinkle, man. You know? No, I'm going to make a deal. You know, and he's playing. He's more playing along with the elite than he's playing along with you. Guarantee you that. He doesn't want to be disliked though. He wants to be liked. And you know this thing he said, drain the swamp? He didn't think of that. He was told to say that. He even admitted that. He thought it was stupid. Then he said it. He said, go say that. Go say that, drain the swamp. And the crowd loved it. He goes, oh, that's cool. So he said it again. He said that. He said he was told to say this, and he thought it was stupid, and he found out people loved it, so he kept saying it. The sales pitch guy, man. He'll sell you, you know, properties and golf courses and, you know, what the hell does this guy even do? I mean, there's not one thing I would have given a dime for Trump. I'm not going to any of his golf courses or hotels or anything like that. I don't give a crap about it. I'd probably work for the guy, you know? I could do some shit, but I should keep my mouth shut. But I ain't doing accounting no more because I found out that doing this YouTube stuff, I research. And it seems I find out some things that I would never found out that can improve me, that if I was doing only accounting, I would have never learned that. So I'm going to continue on with just doing YouTube a lot. Hope they pay me money. And I really, you know, I don't have Patreon. I think Patreon denied me or some shit. I applied for it. The only reason I applied for it was to get, I didn't even apply for it because I wanted people to pay me money. I applied for it because I wanted a method that I could pay BitChute some money so I could put more playlist up, you know? And I'm thinking, crap, you can't even pay these, they want crypto wampum money instead of freaking US greenbacks. And I'm like, this is getting, or you could do it through Patreon. So Patreon doesn't even want me. You think I'm a shill? You know, just because I'm pro-Jewish, and I'm not. You know what? There's certain people on the top in the Jewish community. Let me compare it to this way: you got Nancy Pelosi and you know, Cuomo, Governor Cuomo. You know, they don't have nothing in common with the average Italian. I mean, that's kind of how it works with the Jewish community too. I mean, Chucky Schumer. I don't know, maybe not, but let me say this. The one part of the Jewish community I don't like is this. There are certain really high up there elitists, very shrewd, that will throw other Jews under the bus because it helps the cause overall. In other words, if something happens bad to some group of Jews, that this has been done. I mean, I'm talking about elitist guys on the top that are Jewish. Something bad happens, it can help the public to, you know, give you more sympathy and, you know what I mean, right? That's, I don't know, that's kind of shit is freaking bullcrap, man. I mean, that's sort of like you betray your own because you want something, you know what I mean? There's guys like that are like, there's shit like that in every group. I'm telling you that right now. Pretty damn devious. That to me, that's freaking. There's no honor in that. None. And, you know, but that's not, like I said, you know, I don't want to talk too much about this because, you know, YouTube ain't going to like this kind of crap because they'll misinterpret what I'm saying. They misinterpreted what I said so much, even about this Confederate stuff. I guarantee you that was probably a lot why I get demonetized, but whatever. Yeah, and, but I want them paying me the money. I don't want you guys paying me the money. But this, you know, this channel is legit. He's got some very, very long videos on there. I made this video too damn long, too. But there's going to be a problem. And he admits it. They're not sure how to work out the AI. So, you know, the 9, 12, or 15 million patriots that disappear don't get noticed that they're disappeared, you know, for some months. Personally, I think, you know, most people, if a person disappears, it's going to be noticed within days. I mean, whether you're posting stuff on Facebook or not, because how come, you know, okay, you know, maybe it'll fool some people, but if you got a lot of contacts, it ain't going to work for shit. I mean, I just can't see it how it works. And even like if you got 9 million patriots, 9, 12, 15 million patriots, you stuck 9 patriots in a van. So that's a pretty full van, right? You got 1 million van trips down to the freaking underground bases. I'm like, people are going to start figuring this shit out pretty quick, man. But, you know, it could be done, you know, maybe it'll do it when the collapse comes and, you know, there's a power outage and there's all this havoc, there's not enough food, then it'll make more sense. It wouldn't make sense to have it before the collapse, but that's how he's saying it. But, you know, Good thing I don't work for these guys, because you know what? I could probably freaking make this shit work. The bad guy stuff, I could probably make it work. But, I look at it like this. I mean, to me, well, I'm not that evil, I guess. Maybe I mean, I'm smart, but to me, if I had these cloning machines and all this high tech, I'd just clone some blondes with blue eyes and stuff and call it a day. I think we already got the tech to make ourselves look like we're 22 years old and for thousands of years, and we can do whatever the hell we want. And all the STDs can be knocked off the face of the earth. And, I don't even know why these guys are doing this shit. So, but, it ain't going to work, I think, because you have the personal human element. When you got people that are this evil, they can just as easily betray each other, and it's almost like they're all on a Ferris wheel. One day, the one guy's on the top, the other guy that's on the bottom, he could be on the top, all cutting each other's throats, and you don't know who the hell your friends are. And if you got no honor, no integrity, I mean, I don't know how the plan's going to hold together. What's the glue? What's the glue? What's the glue that's going to hold it all together? And then you got a lot of people that's got to implement this shit. And, they're being told one thing, and then they find out it's something else. Maybe they're not going to go along with the program. But then again, don't take this too lightly. This guy is legit. I can just see that. I can see the guys that are trying to pull this off. They're going to have a lot of problems doing this, because there's, this thing where to make people disappear and make people not notice it so much. You got a way, because they're posting online with the artificial intelligence and stuff. I think people are going to notice it for the most part, for most people, because they got too many personal in-person contacts. There's too many physical things going on. It's almost like, yeah, you can do a lot of stuff with tech, right? You can have, you can look up on your cell phone apps and all this kind of crap. Go stick, you get yourself out in the woods. Look up an app. Okay, how to build a cabin. Does it build a cabin? No. How to start a fire? Well, you can take the cell phone battery out and short it, then break the cell phone and start the fire. But what does it do? How to chop down a tree? How to go catch a deer and roast it? Okay, is your cell phone going to do that? It tells you how to do it, but is it actually going to do it? There's a limit to how much tech can do. And whatever tech they got, I know this tech is really freaking advanced and way out there, but it can always be turned against you. A lot of times there's simple ways to defeat high tech. There's a lot of ways you can defeat high tech in some ways. Like I said, nature might do it with a solar burst. It's gonna put, and well, that's enough for this. I don't want to put too much. I went too long. He's got some, the channel is called Friends of David Goldberg. David Goldberg was killed. So Friends of David Goldberg is continuing on. So you got part 1, part 2, Project Zephyr, Project Foam, Pogo. But I do agree with this guy. I mean, I know a lot of people get mad at me with just, I want Trump to lose, but I want people to be looking at what's going on like Trump wasn't in office. You understand? That could be doing a hell of a lot better right there. And anyway, over and out. Have a nice day. Have a nice day. Genocide's coming up. I mean, I don't know what the hell you tell you. I mean, this is not bullshit. What are you going to do about it? I don't know. He's saying escape. To me, I don't know. Well, I know what he's talking about, yeah. I mean, I escaped someplace where there's all blonde woman with blue eyes. I mean, maybe I go there, but that's about the only place I want to escape to. Anyway, go to Finland, but it's too cold. But hey, I don't know what I don't know what's going on with this shit. I mean, to me, this is legit. But like I said, There's a lot of factors that could make it happen. Something could unravel, but be aware of this. This is not bullcrap. I'm not. I'm not. I never was a conspiracy channel. That's not my forte. My forte is for a wide variety of things, and once in a while I put out stuff like this, and think about it. Another thing that friends of David Goldberg says, the existing channels out there that are still posting all kinds of stuff about what to do for prepping and they're disinformation. They're bullcrap. I mean, I don't watch them. Once in a while I do. Once in a while. But I'm acutely aware that I think MAGA is what do you call it? A psych op. Everybody's like, look at the economy, look at the economy, and all of a sudden it's going to blow up. And then all the critics for Trump are going to come out, and then he's going to wash away. But he knows it. He knows it. He knows what's coming up. I think he does. And you say, well, I did what I could, but the liberals did it. Whatever. I know about Trump because I know what Leonard Stern, well, I know he denies having to do with producing a video about Trump and stuff. Basically, that was, but they're all like this. They're no different from each other. He's just another one. He's fools me. He's amongst the bad guys, he's not as bad as the other bad guys. Okay? That's what I'll say right there, okay? I'll say something nice about him. But, it's this is not Deagle.com. It's not a fear porn site or anything like that. It's what's going to happen, man. I mean, I don't know if, maybe, to me, I don't buy into the acuteness of the numbers. But then again, who the hell knows? I never thought, this population going down that bad. But, I never thought the tech boom was going to get deflated that bad, or the real estate boom. I never thought it was going to be that bad. Yeah. And, after this happens, there'll be a normalization. It's part of the pushing everything into the global new world order. And it's like, this is why all the first world quote unquote nations are drastically in debt. It's to bring them down. It's to destroy them. It's obvious. It's obvious. I probably would immigrate to Russia. I know they got their freaking thing. If I was going to immigrate someplace, maybe Finland. Finland would be better. But, yeah, I can see the United States getting screwed up. But that's why we probably need to have the Confederate States of America. But, it's, I'm making light of this shit, but it's not a joke. It's not a joke. This is not, but like I said, he does say one thing. To me, it's like the Achilles heel. The elite do not want a Mad Max situation. In other words, they want things regulated. They want order in the chaos. They don't want to be able to say, do this and this is going to happen. This is why you got to get away from blind obedience to authority all the time. Yeah, you want leadership. You want honorable leadership. You want like an old school leader like they had generals back in the 1800s. Not like they got today. They're a bunch of sellouts, every single last one of them. Blind obedience to freaking authorities, like that's going to be one of your biggest problems. And like always now, like again, I want to remind Christians, who really killed Jesus? Law enforcement, man. Well, don't go disrespecting cops now just because of that. But I mean, you understand, like, when it comes to an orders, they follow them, man. They don't give a crap. Or maybe they give a crap, but they got to keep their money, so they follow orders. Just like this crap going on today with Virginia. Nah. Guess what? Guess what? As soon as if they chop their money off to all those sheriffs and say, oh, we're defending the Second Amendment. You remember that? They're all going to say, no, we're not. No, wait a minute. We changed our mind. They're cutting our money off. Well, YouTube already cut my money off, so I don't give a shit what I'm saying. Yeah, YouTube, you better put the damn money back on, man. And not on this video. Because this is one of those videos I understand it's not, I'm trying to keep it within your community standards. I understand this is not good for advertising. AdSense won't like this and whatever. Fine. Who cares? But, this is going to affect you over there in San Bruno and San Mateo Bay or whatever the hell you're at. It's just going to affect you too. Because you guys probably aren't on you're probably part of the chopping block too, man. I mean, serious. This is not BS. This is not BS. This is why when people in these groups like this doing these things, they got guys in there that think, oh yeah, I'm going to be safe because I'm part of the group. No, you're not. They're going to sacrifice you too, maybe. Certain people, they're going to freak in the group, their own group, they're going to freaking screw over. This is why they can, and once people get wind of that, this is where it's very difficult to manage something like this. Because it always comes down to the human element. The humans are unpredictable. That's what happens. That's why there's a lot of stuff that can happen. But don't sit back and say, oh, that'll never happen. No, you'll find out. I think Trump is going to reveal himself here one of these days. Because, I mean, I see him as a big BS artist business guy. That's all he is. He's out for number one. If he was legit, this is one thing I always pointed out, though. If he was legit, he would have had a patriotic magazine like a long time ago. Not just, oh, I'm Trump and I gave something to the vets. Yeah, I know he does something for the vets, fine. But that's all part of the image. Everybody that's on the top has got some kind of philanthropy, because otherwise everybody lynch him because they realize they look deep at him and see they're a bunch of crooks and bullshit artists. Everybody on the top is somehow, oh, I'm doing this for charity. Everybody's got their angle. So Trump's doing it for the vets, and maybe, somebody else is doing something for the whales in the ocean. And that's your style, and the other people like the vet style, But bottom line is, if Trump was legit, he could have put $10 million into some kind of publication that was conservative and, criticized the politicians and got the stuff out there. He didn't do none of that. He could have done that all along, even way back in the 80s. He never did that. That's one of the first things I picked up on that guy. And say, no. I mean, look, think about it. You're multi-billionaire, put $10 million in some kind of, if you really believe in these things, he's playing political points, popularity contests, just like all of them. All of them. He's just a different flavor. That's all that shit is. And that's why it's a thing. Don't blindly obey authority. That's part of that can actually screw up the elite more than anything. Because if they can't freaking, it's like if you just walk off the job and say screw you, man. It's like they can't, it makes a problem for them too. They want orders. They want to be able to say something and it happens. If you don't obey, oh well. Oh well. But don't tell them what you're up to or else you'll be screwed. Over and out.